Good morning, students. I hope all of you are fine. Students, in last class, we started our chapter Development. And in this chapter, we cover the following topics. First one, development. Second one, aspect of development. Third one, development refers to growth, national development. And next one, how to compare the different countries or state. Today's we will cover the remaining topic like income and their criteria, human development index, and last one, sustainability of development. Income and other criteria. When we individual development and goals, we found that the people not only think about better income but also have goals such as security, respect and freedom, etc. You have already studied about this. Similarly, when we think of a nation or a region, beside average income, the public facilities are equally significant attributes. Public facilities means these are the services provided by government to its citizens. Some of the important public facilities include infrastructure, sanitation, public transport, education, health care, water, etc. By these examples, you can understand the comparisons of the different state of the per capita income. You can see in this table the per capita income of 2015 and 16. Let's compare the per capita income of three different states, Haryana, Kerala and Bihar. As you know that according to these tables, Haryana's per capita income is the highest, 1,62,034 rupees, and Bihar's per capita income is at bottom, 31,454 rupees. So, if per capita income were to be used as the measure of development, Haryana will be considered the most developed state of the three. Okay. Now, the next other criteria. In other criteria, we can include infant mortality rate, literacy rate and net attendance ratio. First of all, we have need to know about what is infant mortality rate. The IMR indicates the number of children that die before the age of 1 year as per proportion of 100 lives children born in that particular year. Means how many children die in the age of 1 year. And literacy rate. Literacy rate measures the proportion of the literate population in the 7 and above age group. Means how many people are educated in the 7 and above age group. And net attendance ratio is the total number of children of age 14 and 15 years attending the school as per percentage of the total number of children in the same age group. As you can see the table which shows the data of infant mortality rate, literacy rate and net attendance ratio of the three different states, Haryana, Kerala and Bihar. And as per table, you can see here the infant mortality rate, literacy rate and net attendance ratio. The Kerala is at the topmost, and whereas in per capita income, Haryana was at the top. And you can see in literacy rate and net attendance ratio, the Bihar at the bottom, and in infant mortality rate, Haryana at the bottom. It means there are less health facility. Now, body mass index, which shows the undernourished and overweight. There is a formula to calculate the BMI. The weight of a person in kg divided by the square of the height of person. Means take the weight of a person in kg, then take the height in meters and divide the weight by square of height of a person. and if this figure is less than 18.5, then the person would be considered undernourished. However, if this BMI is more than 25, then a person is overweight. So students, you can easily calculate the BMI. You can also calculate your BMI and know you are undernourished or overweight. Now next, Human Development Index. First, I would like to tell you, here is a table which shows the Human Development Index. Actually, Human Development Report published by UNDP. And what is the full form of UNDP? United Nations Development Program. And according to these tables, so you can see the HDI rank in the world, and India's HDI rank is 130, and we will discuss about later. First of all, we have need to know about what is HDI. It is defined as the composite, the static of life expectancy, education per capita income indicator, which are used to scan the countries in 4 tiers of human development. And there are 3 indicators which are used to calculate HDI: life expectancy, gross enrollment ratio, and per capita income. First of all, we will know about how we can calculate the Human Development Index. First, life expectancy plus gross enrollment ratio plus per capita income divided by 3. Now, what is life expectancy? Average number of years a person is expected to live. How many years a person can live? And in India, life expectancy age is 68 years. A person expected to live 68 years. And second one, gross enrollment ratio. The number of students enrolled in school, the different grade and level. How many students are enrolled in the different grade and levels. And the last one, per capita income, which you have already studied in last slides. Total income of the country divided by its total population. You can calculate Human Development Index. Now, Human Development Index parameter for the comparing countries' development. A table, as you see in the last slide, the Human Development Report published by UNDP compares the countries based on the educational levels of the people, their health status, and per capita income. It would be interesting to look at the certain relevant data regarding India and its neighbors for Human Development Report 2015. All of you know that we have already discussed about the Human Development Report 2015 in the last slide, and which are comparing the India and the different other countries. And as you see in the last slides, India and the neighboring country, the Sri Lanka is doing well in terms of HDI rank. Sri Lanka, Bangladesh and Nepal are better in terms of health status, means life expectancy, and the Sri Lanka, Myanmar are better term in the educational status, means literacy rate. Now the next one, sustainability of development. Sustainability of development is defined as development that meets the need of present without compromising the ability of future generation. And scientists have been warning that the present type and the levels of development are not sustainable development. There are some examples of sustainable developments: overuse of groundwater. If we use more than what is being replenished by rain, then we would be overusing these resources. Let's understand by these examples the groundwater in India. Actually, students, all of you know that water is a renewable resource, but recent evidence suggests that the groundwater is under serious threat of overuse in many parts of the country. Actually, about 300 districts have reported a water level decline over the 3-4 meter during the past 20 years, and nearly 1/3 of the country is overusing their groundwater reserves, as you can see here. And if it will be continue also in the next years, that will be very serious problems, as we need to conserve water. Now next one, exhaustion of natural resources. And the one more example, exhaustion of the natural resources. Crude oil that we extract from the earth is a non-renewable resource. However, we may find a source of oil that we did not know the earlier, and explorations are being undertaken all the time. In this examples, you can see here, if people continue to extract it at the present rate, the reserves would last only 50 years more, and this is for the world as a whole. And however, the different countries face the different situations, and the countries like India depend on importing oil and the from abroad, and because they do not have the enough stock of their own. If prices of oil increase, this becomes a burden for everyone. And there are countries like USA which have low reserves and hence want to secure the oil through military or economic power. So as you can see here, crude oil is a non-renewable resource, so we have need to judicious use of non-renewable resource. And sustainability of development, comparatively a new area of knowledge in which scientists, economists and philosophers and other social scientists are working together, because it is very important for the development of a country. Okay students, now our lesson have completed. I hope all of you understood. Thank you. Have a nice day.